Hey friends! So welcome back to Favorite Friday. For this case, we are going back to my hometown, Texas. There's actually like two different locations. We have Fort Worth, and then we have Houston, Texas. But in general, the case happens in Texas. This is, of course, one of the older cases. And when I mean older, I mean like we're talking like Great Depression era. So obviously, most of you probably not heard this case. Again, this is another case that I got from the show Deadly Women. So shout out to them. Of course, you know the first source that you'll see down below in the description. If you decide to go look at the description, that is. And so with that being said, I'm just going to quit my rambling, give us publicly known. If you are already aware of this case, is there anything that I left out, please let me know. And so with that being said, I'm going to quit my rambling, and let's get started. So apparently Margie, as we're going to call her, apparently she was born February 9th, 1916. She has a brother named Raymond, who apparently he was running in a gang, and that gang apparently was commonly running with Bonnie and Clyde, like the Bonnie and Clyde. So then, of course, by the time she's 18, apparently she gets married to this guy by the name of, like, Hubie Franklin. He's senior. He was born May 13th, 1914. And then together they have a son, basically like Hubie Jr., so obviously named after the father. He was born January 2nd, 1934. So I guess like pretty soon after the marriage. Or I guess maybe it was a shotgun wedding, who knows. And also a daughter named Bethel. So on January 6th, 1933, apparently Margie is apparently keeping watch of police in her home in West Texas. Apparently she turns off the lights, which apparently produced, sorry, she turns off the fan, which apparently produced a red light, and apparently a red light was apparently the warning to the gang that there were police nearby. So of course, I guess the police realized that gang members were using like silent alerts to let them know, like, hey, police are nearby. So they go to like her house and tell her like, hey, can you go turn that light off? She claims it's for the kids, and apparently there generally were kids there. There's like the three kids. Doesn't list who the three kids were, but apparently there were three present. So she's using them as an excuse. They tell her to turn off again. She does. Clyde apparently is able to tell that something is off, so he tries to go up there. She tries to warn him, and then Clyde winds up shooting the officer. And apparently, I guess he doesn't die, but that's also what said about that incident. So then a year later, on January 16th, 1934, I guess her brother Raymond was in jail, because I guess he'd been caught for something, didn't say what. He was serving time. Him and like four other prisoners, they would attack some prison guards, wound up killing one of them. I guess he escaped, but wound up getting brought back and also was sent to death, because again, most people that were out here just killing people, you were sent to death. He was able to escape death row before being caught again and was executed in May of 1935. And in 1936, apparently Margie gets married to this guy by the name of Andy Robertson on October 2nd, so I assume this literally of 1936, so the same year they got married. Apparently they're arguing. He apparently threatens to cut her. She shoots him 3 times. Obviously that kills him. She obviously gets charged like originally, but then she basically winds up getting acquitted because she basically says that he threatened her life, so she basically killed him in self-defense. So apparently when she's 36, she winds up meeting Michael Zelgen, which is where she gets the last name Zelgen from. They, of course, get married. One day, apparently, they're arguing. Then, of course, they would apparently constantly argue, and then one day she would walk on him, I guess, like, packing up, pretending to, like, leave the marriage, like, leave her entirely. And I guess, of course, she wasn't having it. So she pulls out a gun. He, of course, runs for his life, also moving the belongings in the house. She winds up shooting him in the back of the head in the backyard, calls police, claims self-defense again. She wound up getting 5 years, but gets released after 6 months. So apparently after committing 2 murders, I guess she somehow gets a job like at a bar, and there's a man by the name of Jesse Murhead who apparently was there. He asked if she was a Hamilton, so I guess he had some sort of beef with the Hamilton family. Didn't specify exactly what the beef was, but he just had some sort of beef. She says, yes, that I am a Hamilton. He says that you should buy a round of drinks for everybody while being rude. So then apparently, of course, she works here, so she has the right to ask somebody to leave. He doesn't want to leave. She apparently pulls her gun out, shoots him in the leg once, in the stomach twice. Obviously, that kills him. Police are called. She claims that she was aiming at the floor, and that the bullets just ricocheted and just happened to shoot him when they shot him. She does get arrested, of course, but the charges wind up getting dropped. In 1954, Herbie Jr., which is Marty's son, basically he was trying to do a robbery in Oklahoma. He was, like I said, he was actually getting shot. He ends up needing a blood transfusion, which winds up saving his life. And apparently he wound up killing an officer as a result of the robbery. So he wound up getting executed at the age of 22 on January 18th, 1956. And so apparently her father-in-law, because I guess he was also involved in the gangs, because, you know, this apparently it's like a family thing by this point, he apparently was sentenced to life plus 50 years for robbery. So I said obviously he died in prison from that. Herbie Sr., the first husband, the one who did get murdered, he basically gets charged with burglary, and I assume died in prison. and apparently he died on November 11th, 1962. And then apparently, I guess like after living her little life of crime, Margie apparently allegedly married two more times, but wound up with eventually dying, of course, on March 4th, 1966. So of course that is the case of Margie Zelgen. Like I said, if you knew of the case, definitely know down below. I guess if there's really anything that I missed that I at least could publicly find from the research that I did, definitely let me know. And so that being said, I cover faithful wheels 2 times a week. This got more fail females. I'll see you guys next one. Bye.
And I played dead and I stayed dead. And when you get bored of killing me, and when you get bored of killing me, and when you get bored